Hello, it's Holly with Ivy Cool Creations, and today I am working on a Stamp It Like It's Hot layout, as well as working on the August Adventure Paper Crafters YouTube hop. And so for this month for Stamp It Like It's Hot, we had to stamp and then color. I don't have stamps that I can color, really, so florals it is. I used my Simon Says Stamp black pigment ink to stamp all the flowers. And then I used my distressed inks and oxides to color them in. And so I used Fossilized Amber, Carved Pumpkin, and Crackling Campfire to do the larger flowers. I wanted them to look like marigolds, basically. And what I did was I took the actual floral stamp and I flipped it and used the back of it to stamp on top of the image. Then I used Salty Ocean, Blueprint Sketch, and Peacock Feather to create the blue for the smaller flower. And that one I just painted over. I didn't bother using the back of the stamp because when I tried to do the back of the stamp, it kind of worked, but then it got like slippery. And so if you want to do that technique, try doing it in a Misty or something like that. And then I used Festive ink, Festive Berries, Picked Raspberry, and Abandoned Coral to do the little flowers. And I literally just took the stamp and stamped it in the ink and then stamped it on the paper. So, and then I just used my paintbrush to mush it around a little bit. So once I got all of my coloring done, I could move on to actually doing the layout. And I spent almost 2 hours fussy cutting all of those flowers because I'm not good at it and I hate fussy cutting. So I created some little clusters with my florals because that's the point of this layout. And it's also supposed to be Adventure August. So I picked these photos of my mom who loves to go on little outings and she calls them her adventures. So I thought it fit rather well. And this is just her at a local park just in the middle of June in 2020. So yeah, that is what I decided to scrap. And I thought when I picked the Choose Happiness, that was actually like a giant cut apart piece out of a 12 by 12 and there were clouds on it. I thought I would use it, but I ended up covering all the clouds up. So it is what it is, and that's how it goes. You know how it is. So I used my clusters as like my bases to tuck all of my adventure things. So I've got a couple arrows, I've got explore, I've got getaway, and then I end up using the word detour. I change it, but I was on the phone at the same time as doing this layout, so a couple things got missed. Anyway, I knew that I wanted to add these tag stickers just to use them up, and I really felt like filling in this space would make it look more cohesive and make it just fit a little bit better. And I really love the way that it turned out because it balances all of the travel stamps that were on the paper that I found. It was just beige with these travel stamps in the corner. So I was like, hey, I'll use the travel stamps and kind of go from there. And then I decided to put brads in the little tag holes. And then I added some geodots in each cluster and then some journaling lines. Eventually those journaling lines do get covered. I just found a little piece of journaling paper and covered up the lines because what I wrote on the lines was totally wrong. It is not where she was. That is not what she was doing. So I had to like go back, find the photo, and then figure out where she was. Then I did some doodling just around the edges to define it a little. That beige kind of fades into the background. And because it was so sloppy, I added some little hand scribbled stitching spots. and I added some enamel dots, and that's about it. So please don't forget to check out the description box below for everyone who's playing along with Stamp It Like It's Hot and the Paper Crafters YouTube Hop. And thank you so much for spending your time with me today.